you know. And so,
So what happened? You got clean.
what happened that I got clean is
Yeah.
I got to a place where I no longer wanted to be that. I no longer wanted to see myself that
And you,
way.
you went into a treatment center?
I
Detox?
went to several treatment centers.
But what about the first one?
The first one,
Yeah.
that was back in well, back when I first tried to get treatment. Let's say this, in prior in the '80s, prior to '89, the drug that I used, which is cocaine, there was no treatment for it. It had not reached pandemic proportions, I guess, where they said that cocaine was an addiction. They said it was a mind thing you could just stop using.
Okay.
So after that, because I immediately knew I had a problem. After that, I went to a treatment center in maybe '90, and I got some help there. I went to a couple treatment centers.
But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hit somebody out there who is where you were. What happened? Did you get arrested? Did you lose your job? Did you lose your mind? Did you end up in a
Well, you may have. I lost all of those things.
Really?
At that point, I've been self-employed. So, like I said, the guy that said I was chasing thousands and all that, I had over time started doing work just to get enough to use. It
Really?
wasn't that I was doing it for the business or for my family or anything. I was getting it for just enough to use.
So when this person came to you, was it a reality check that prompted you to go into treatment?
It was several of them. I mean, at that time, I think I even was one of the first black contractors in the city in doing telephone work, and we had a major contract, and I looked up, and they had all kind of taken my company away from me, and I just walked away because I didn't think I was worthy of it. I just kind of walked away from it. So over the years, I saw myself just going from bad to worse.
How old were you at that time?
27, 28. That's when I started.
Yeah.
And then 29, 30, because I was late. I didn't start using the drug that drove me in here till I was 26 years old. Married, had a family, had a business and everything. I had experimented with drugs, like we said before, marijuana and alcohol.
But cocaine is what brought you to your knees.
That's the drug that drove me in here.
Crack
Yes.
or cocaine?
It was cocaine in the beginning, but it was freebasing back then.
Yeah,
But,
sure.
all of that, but it didn't turn into crack because that became, cocaine you prepare.
Sure.
So
Had to
it
cook it
went
up.
right, and after that it went into straight ready.
Ready,
yeah,
right.
go
It was
straight to the
already
head.
ready.
Don't want to go through no 3 stages, no bowls, no none of
You're
that.
right
Just go
here.
straight to the head.
Just put it in the pipe.
Yeah, so all of those things over time, and that's what happens. This thing is progressive, and where you can go from, and you look up, and years have gone.
So how many treatment centers did you go into?
Over, I'd say 1, 2, 3, at least 4.
4.
Over a 20-some year period.
Really?
Yes, at least 4.
And the last one that you went in,
The last
what
one I
made
went
that
into.
different? Did you stay clean after you came out the last one?
Yes, I did, because actually I went to a place and I got put out of the treatment center, and I ended up going to a halfway house, and all of the people in there, yes, all the people in the halfway house were trying to come out. They were in what is called a FER program up in Philadelphia. They were all coming out of prison trying to get to the street, and I was on the street trying to stay in to get some clean time. So it was like a conflict in the so-called recovery house.
Well, let me ask you a transparent question. You ready for this?
Well, I so hope so. God is.
How is it that you got put out of a treatment center?
Yeah, behaviors. The guy said to me, he said, "Say one more thing, and you gone." I said, "Say what?" He said, "Get out."
Really?
He said, "Get out," because he had had enough. Like I said,
Were you getting wordy? Were you wordy?
Oh,
the
intellect going amok.
Right.
Studying like I don't know what, making the environment uncomfortable.
Right.
But at the same time, really striving because I was desperate. I did not want to. So I was in conflict. Like I said, they were trying to come out. They didn't care about really recovery process. They were trying to hit the street, and I'm in there trying to stay.
No, but that was the recovery house.
Right.
But you got put out of the treatment center.
No. The treatment center closed down.
Oh, the treatment center closed down.
Right. The treatment center that I went to.
But you got put out of the recovery house.
I got put out the recovery house.
Oh, in Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia.
Oh my goodness.
But what I did then, because this was my commitment, was what happened is I still had what you call outpatient. So I'm here, and I said I got to commit to something.
Okay.
So I stayed in the outpatient, only met 3 times a week. So I would come to Baltimore, work, so I could pay for a room that I only was staying there so that I could go to the outpatient program.
In Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia.
When you drove up there.
I would get on the bus